Everyone, hello, hello, hello. I wanted to talk about something that I get asked very frequently: waist training. Does anybody here waist train currently? I get asked a lot if I do, and I wanted to put a couple little myths to rest and give you my feedback. Hi, Pauline. Okay. I am not opposed to it. Okay, I'm not opposed to it. Do I have one? Yes. Do I use it? Barely. And it's not because it's not effective, it's because I forget. But hello. Hello, everyone. Hello to everyone who's just joining us. So, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Nadia Khalil. I'm a mother of two, a personal trainer, a fitness, wellness, and nutrition coach. So, I am going to talk about waist training and my thoughts on it, how and when I use it, and when I believe you shouldn't use it. Okay? First things first, how should it fit? It shouldn't fit so tight to the point that you cannot breathe. Nothing that does that to you is good for you. So, what I like to tell people is if you're going to pick out a waist trainer, think of a turtleneck. When you wear a turtleneck, it's nice and snug, but it's not choking off, it's not cutting off your air supply. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I really appreciate it, by the way. I see it in the bottom right corner. You don't want it to cut off. I keep saying choking because that's what it should not feel like. So make sure it's not cutting off your air supply. That's one, okay? It's not something that you should use throughout the entire day. Don't get crazy, okay? You want to use it 1 to 2 hours max, all right? I personally would put on some kind of lotion before doing so. I know Nivea has a great firming lotion that I always suggest to my clients. I've used it for myself after both babies, and it has helped me. It has helped me tighten and tone, and I've been able to avoid that loose, saggy skin kind of feel. So I've used it, and then I've made sure that I have never had it on for more than 2 hours. It's too restrictive. You got to keep in mind these waist trainers are not like the corsets back in the Titanic days, all right? It is not on some Kate Winslet stuff here, okay? These waist trainers are specifically made for your workouts, and you need to make sure you get a size that fits you snug, not something that is crushing your rib cage. So it should be snug. It shouldn't be extremely tight, okay? When do I use it? When I actually do, because I barely use it, but again, it's because I forget, not because I don't think that it's a good tool. I use it when I'm weight training. After both babies, I don't know if it's the epidural, but I do get lower back discomfort, so it actually helps me avoid lower back pain, believe it or not. So I use it for my weight training, and I use it when I'm doing stationary cardio. So what does that mean? I'm not using it when I run. The only time I've ever used it during cardio is if I'm on the elliptical. That's pretty much it. So just keep in mind, you don't want to use it when you're in need of a lot of oxygen, okay? Because it can be restrictive, so you don't want to do that. So everything, in moderation. Don't go crazy. Don't wear it all day thinking that if it's really cinching your waist to a point that's not even normal, then clearly that's not good for you. We all have a lot of common sense here. I know we do. We're all smart people. So use your common sense. Don't put it on to the point where it's squeezing you and you can't breathe. Also, more than anything, I get asked by post baby. I get asked a lot after post baby. No, I haven't. Zagora hot pants. I'll look into that. So post baby is not a good idea. If you've just had a baby, it's not a good idea. Okay, just like it's not a good idea to get in an intense, crazy ab workout right after you've had your baby. You need to keep in mind that your abdominal muscles are coming back together after you've given birth, and you need to allow your body time to do that. Hello, waist training. So if you've never heard of waist training, it's a new concept. It's not new actually. It's new in the sense that now there are specific waist trainers being created for workouts. So it's a corset looking kind of deal that you put around your waist, you fasten it in, and it actually helps you sweat more and can actually help you lose a lot more of the water weight that you might carry around your midsection. So what I'm talking about today is my suggestions to you for when to use them, when not to use them. They should never be, like I mentioned earlier, so I mentioned one, they should not be extremely tight. It should be snug enough. I don't believe so, but again, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I truly respect whoever thinks that it is not a great idea. I don't think it's a great idea to get one that is crushing your organs and ribcage together. I think it should be snug, just like I mentioned earlier, like a turtleneck. A turtleneck is not cutting off your air supply, but it is pretty snug on your neck, right? So something that fits comfortably. I mentioned not to use it right after. Hello, how are you? Don't use it post-baby. You got to give yourself a couple months, up to maybe even a year. Honestly, if you get on Instagram and you look up hashtag waist training, you'll see a lot of different brands. I like Pinup Shapewear. That's just me. That's the one I've used, and I think they're great. Again, I don't get money to say that, or I don't get paid to say that, but, you know, I always suggest to my clients, shop around first, look at testimonials, look at reviews. You don't want to get into something that, and you also have to look at measurements. You want to get something that fits you. You don't want to get something that, if it takes you 3 days to squeeze into it, that is not the one. No, abort mission. Move on, okay? That is not the one that you want. So just keep in mind when to use it. It's not something you should wear all day. It's not something that should be crushing your ribcage together. It's not something you should use post-baby, and it's not something you should be using while you're doing an intense workout that requires a lot more of your oxygen supply. So that's my take on that. Thank you all for the hearts. I love all of you. I love Periscope. I'm trying to do this more often and squeeze it all in. And any questions you have, you can always find me on Instagram at Coach Nadia K. And if you'd like to share this message with somebody you feel needs to hear this, you can swipe across the screen and you will see that share option. Thank you all for tuning in. I love you. Stay well.